Carbon by Jocelyn and Sarah. The periodic table, what we want you to know about this slide is that we just want you to know it's right there. And this is carbon and it stands for C. Protons, neutrons, and electrons. I want you to look at this one. It's the same as this one, but the pattern is different. But anyway, I guess that really doesn't matter. Just so you know, protons and neutrons, they're both like inside electrons, if that makes sense. If that doesn't, I'm sorry. And protons is +6. Neutrons is -6 +6. The reason why is because they cancel each other out. So it's like on and off, on and off, on and off. But anyway, electrons is -6. Kind of like, well, not really like anything. About carbon. So here's a picture of carbon, just so you know. And the atomic number is 6, actually. And the atomic mass is 12.0107. Isotopes is indeed 3. Just so you know. Inside the element. Energy levels is the second level, right here. They're purple. And valence electrons is indeed 4. Just as you can see. Sorry. I guess I'm not really explaining things well. Element, class, and group. Okay, so as we saw in the first or second slide, it's in line 14, and it is indeed in its own group because it's in 14, just like the others down here. Own group, and carbon is actually a nonmetal. And here's Jocelyn.
Okay, so how about we talk about the history of carbon? So who discovered carbon? Carbon was pretty much known as charcoal in prehistoric times, and it was published by Robert Boyle in Europe in the 17th century. And this is him over here. And they say that we will probably never know who actually identified carbon, like at first, but yeah. And how? Well, since it was discovered in prehistoric times, we don't really know how, but there are ways like that we know how diamond and graphite were considered a state of carbon. We ran all these experiments and tests and finally concluded that graphite and diamond were both different states of carbon. The physical properties of carbon. So the boiling point of carbon is very hot. It's 8,726 degrees Fahrenheit. And the melting point is also very hot, but it is 6,332 degrees Fahrenheit. And the density, which is pretty much how packed it is 2.267 grams per cubic centimeter. And at room temperature, you can see that carbon is a solid. And the texture, it's kind of this hard, rough texture you see here, like charcoal. And the color is black. And appearance, it looks like this rocky blackness right here. And the hardness, well, it can be very hard in the diamond shape, or if it is in its graphite state, it is actually very soft. And the crystal shape is, of course, the diamond. The chemical properties of carbon. Reactivity. So carbon does not dissolve into water or acids, and the compounds of carbon, it has very many compounds, which means that it kind of reacts with a lot of stuff and it kind of clicks together with a lot of stuff. Like, for example, oxygen and water, and from oxygen we see carbon dioxide. Some more facts about carbon. Carbon is an organic element, meaning that you can find it in nature, and it takes the form of diamond and graphite. And this is cool because diamond is one of the hardest substances known to man, and graphite's one of the softest, and I think it's a cool contrast right there because it can take forms of both. And it was known in prehistoric times, as you can see, our caveman over here. And our sources are all of these, and if you want to learn more about carbon, here they are. Thank you.